mention Kevin, guess it can't be no coincidences that it rhyme with heaven. Everybody hating me, black sheep, narcotic selling. What you want? Every time I go to jail, ain't do no telling. Grandmother put her arms around me, told me be more careful. Used to feel like I was cursed, I know my worth, now I know better. I sit high, but I look low, and all of mine gon' be protected. Could you do me a little favor if you listening to this message? Don't you ever let nobody tell you ain't no blessing. Don't you ever let nobody tell you ain't special. Don't you ever let nobody tell you ain't special. I say don't you ever let nobody tell you ain't special. Ain't a suffering experience.
What's up, beautiful people? Another week. Another week in this journey we're on. Appreciate y'all. I'm just watching. Where to start from? I guess we could pick up where we left off last week. I was at the park off Brooks. It took a lot for me to post that video. That was a big step for me. I was vulnerable. I was vulnerable. That left me in a state of vulnerability by leaving that video up there for the world to see. Even if, like I said, this is what I'm doing this for, is for me. This documentation of a new journey I'm going on in life is mainly put up online for me, so I can hold myself accountable, and also so I can, I don't care if one or two people, how many people watch this. I'm not in this for clout, to get famous or anything like that, or blow up this page, this social. This is really just me. I'm really just talking to myself. I'm talking to myself in this camera. I'm looking at myself, and I'm talking to me. So I uploaded it and left it alone. Forgot about it. Didn't go back and watch it. After the first time it went up, just like that chapter's closed. That me of last week, part of that me has to close with each new chapter. Each week is a new me, and we're gonna go through ups and downs. But a lot of things transpired over this last week. Immensely. And if y'all hear a lot of noise, excuse me. Excuse the noise of cars riding past. I'm just out here doing some mental clarity work, along with some physical exercise. Let's talk about the journey. Let's talk about a couple key parts when you're on your journey. Having happy places, having places you can go, clear your mind, just to release. So my happy places are wherever there's water. Like the water's healing to me. Like if my mental clarity is not there, if I'm overthinking, which I tend to do a lot. I'm not into the signs and things like that as far as what your signs are, and if you're a true definition of that sign, blah blah. But I've learned that more and more about signs, and my sign, because my bestie, she's into that type of stuff. So I start to truly understand that I am a Pisces. I am the definition of a Pisces. It's crazy, like overthinking. Do that. I hate that, because that might go into the reason why I can't sleep, because my thoughts are running to my dreams. I'm like, I hate that. Because usually I don't remember my dreams, but for the last few weeks I wake up remembering them. And I wish that would stop. But back to the happy place. Like, my happy place is about water, so that's where we at. About water. It's about a lake. Yeah. My brother live on this road. So whenever I come by and see him or come up this way, I stop by. I've been in my happy place again this weekend. I went to a second location, which I have a few. I went down to Haynes Point and I just watched the planes fly. Wondering where they're going, wishing I wonder where they're going, picking their destination. And just praying, like, I hope they have a good time. I hope they're going somewhere blessed. And also Anacostia Park, because I go there, that brings me so much memories. Because I grew up the street from there, and that's where my aunt would take me and my cousins. Would walk down there, and my friends when we were little. And God rest her soul, Annette, we go down to the park. I mean, Granddaddy took us there like that was our park, Anacostia Park. But like I said, I went there, sat there, and got mental clarity. So have you a happy place, and being by the water is my happy place. I feel refreshed. I feel I don't want to say closure, but I'll just say refreshed, because it's nothing to close. But this week we locking in. Locking in meaning last week with working out and the eating is good, and cutting habits out, and just transitioning into this next phase. Just locking in. And that's important, to lock into what you're going to do. Understand that this is not temporary. You are going through a journey. I use that word a lot because this is a journey you are going through. You are embarking on a different journey in your life. Everything that you've known before this journey is going to be different. It's going to change. You might open your eyes one day and things that you've seen, known it, or how it will be, is no longer that way. People that were in your life may not be in your life no more. That shit's gonna suck, bro. I went through like I spoke upon last week, I went through a journey a couple years ago, coming out of an accident and feeling embarrassed, hurt, just a mix of emotions, because I knew at that point in my life, who I am is not the same. And it was embarrassing, like, to know thinking I would never walk the same, or I might walk good now. I can walk all right. It'll be pain I gotta deal with the rest of my life, but it's all right. What don't hurt you, what don't kill you, just make you stronger, So yeah, and I at that part coming out of the hospital, being hard-headed and not want to go to therapy. I damn near didn't want them taking my staples. I wanted to do that shit myself, but yeah, that wasn't allowed. But so I rehabilitated myself. I taught myself how to walk, I taught myself everything, and I probably taught myself everything fucking wrong, to be honest. Because I should have a lot more flexibility than I should, but we got something for that. That's a part of this journey too, so it's all about correcting everything. But like I said, at that point, I was from 2021 to 2022. So that whole year, I went dark. Like, I hadn't seen my friends, hadn't seen my family for a little bit. I moved to another state, and I wasn't in a good place. In between that time, I came back and just kind of learning how to walk. I'm off of walking, off crutches, but I supposed to use a cane, but I wasn't. So, but I finally came back around my came back around my old hood. You know what I'm saying? Where all my people's at. Came through Kinland, and everyone was there. And I walked through the door, and it was a great feeling. Like, it was kind of good just to see them, but then the whole story of what happened, they started reliving. So it's like I had to relive that night of the accident over and over because they talked about it. And outside of the time, listened and said, "No, you're a victim." Like, I ain't no victim because I take accountability. I'm like, it's my fault. It was my fault. I shouldn't have gotten in the car. Which part it was my fault. I shouldn't have gotten in the car. I was told not to. Yeah. But yeah, that person told me I was a victim, and that person was very influential in my life after that. And I will always have love for that person. Like, that person will forever, even if we never in life talk again, that person will ever be special to me just because, and that will always be loved just because that day I was actually coming to say goodbye. I was coming to say goodbye to my friends. I made my rounds to my family. Just like, hey, just seeing everybody, but calling, talking to family. But it was really me saying goodbye because I was like, I don't want to do this no more. That was selfish of me to think. But I thought it. I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? And I left there thinking, what you doing, bro? You gotta be better than this. You better than this. That's us, you know what I'm saying? You better than this. So I went back and continued to do the work. At this time, I was still living in North Carolina a little bit, and so I just dropped that. Said, this not it. This not where it is, and embark on your journey, which they embarked on their journey, and they're in a good place. I'm happy for them. I'm truly happy for them. But sometimes you gotta let things go, and like, I let that go, and that person's happy, which is a great thing for them. They deserve that happiness. Everyone deserves happiness, and you gotta understand that in life. Like, if I look in your eyes, and I tell you I love you, I mean that shit, bro. Like, I love you for real, and I want you to be happy. And I'm in all aspects, friends, family, partners. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you I love you and I want nothing but happiness for you, I want that. If we family and we locked in that thing, I love you, bro. I love you, my blood, brother, you my blood. But you say, man, I gotta go on this journey, man. And this journey is locking me in over here, and I can't be there the way I do. Bro, go. Your journey's your journey. We are all a star in our own movie. We're all a star in our own movie, and everybody else is just supporting cast. Let that sink in. But yeah, we're all a star in our own movie. But, so I did the work. And I came back more positive. You know, when I came back, everything with me has been, since then, it's just to be positive. Because I needed to wake up every day and thank God for me being here. Because, and my life could have got snatched away so easy if you'd have seen the car and how things projected on my side. I shouldn't have been here. But I thank God. So with me, from that point, I locked in, came back to Maryland, continued to do the work as being a father, which that never stopped. Even though I was gone, my kids were still at my house. So it's not like it's just like I was traveling around because I came home. I lived in North Carolina, but I damn near came back to see my kids every week. I would drive, I would lock in, and then just go see my kids. But that's a different thing. No need to get into that. But then I did the work, and things were beautiful. But I was still alone. It's nothing no one could do when I came back to Maryland to get me out. That, like, I was just, sometimes I come out, sometimes I wouldn't. And January, New Year's 2023, I'm sitting at my boy's house and I look around. Like, I want to go home. Like, everybody's coupled up and I'm just sitting like, I want to go home. So I go home and I pray. I pray a lot. And the next day, it was like, all right, it's the beginning of the year, and things happened, and it was good. It was good. It was okay. It was all right. But you know how New Year's are. You have your resolutions, you have your different things, and mine was just to enjoy life more. Which was okay for a few months. But then you get back to that towards the summertime, spring, like June, I'm back in the house. I'm barely coming, hanging out. You may get me here some days, but the majority of the time I'm in that house in that chair. I think it's a Sunday, the second week of June, I am in that chair and I'm getting a FaceTime from Kevin. Come out, bestie, come out. No, I'm sitting here, I'm locked in. It's freaking 5 o'clock. It's beautiful out. They're having a good time. They're chilling. And I'm sitting in a blanket, the blinds closed, watching TV like I am just waiting to go to sleep. That's all I'm looking forward to, is to hit my times on my schedule to do what I need to do so I can go to bed. That's it. That's my mind. As long as you're in here, you're good. And they turn the phone. Somebody else. They turn the phone. Come out. So I came out. I was coming out. And I think I remember that day like that's one of the best days of my life. Because I got the feel again. Like I felt good again. And after that, everything was perfect. I would say, it's crazy to say perfect, but like that was the best part of my journey, that the ending, coming out of a dark place and just going to like pure paradise. And that lasted into 2023, 2024. Things shift, because you're gonna go through shifts in your journey. There was a shift January. You'll feel shifts. You'll feel when things are different. You'll feel when patterns are different. Just things you normally normalize in your life. And that was in January, and you see the full transition in March too, where it's null and void. So you gotta understand that you're gonna go through different things. There are gonna be tests. You can go through pain, bro. You can go through pure pain in different chapters of your life and different journeys. And that shit hurt. And that'll bring you to a place where I am right now, where it's time to lock in. And this time I'm locking in a little differently than I did before. Like I said, the last journey I went on, it was a dark journey. I pray none of y'all have to go through a dark journey, because you second guess life, you second guess everything. And that's not where we're at right now. Of course, things may run past your mind, but you gotta push that shit off. But I am locked into becoming a better me, for me. So this time it's personal. And it's May 2025. We're gonna see greatness by the end of this year. And this time next year, y'all gonna see greatness within me. But like I said, I'm locked in, but this time I'm doing my journey a little differently. I'm doing the homework. So I'm effectively communicating with people in my life to understand. Don't know you. That won't happen when no one calls me. But I'm effectively communicating with those, with people in my life, loved ones in my life, to understand certain things. And I'll share that with you guys. So, like I said, I've been doing the homework. So I've had a lot of conversations with just family and friends over this last week. And it's not the conversations that I went to have. It's just people just talk to me. It is like they seen something or felt something, or God put something on their heart to talk to me. I mean, yesterday, just to explain how it's been. I'm at the stoplight. Literally across the street from where my accident. Literally, I'm looking at the pole the car hit. And it's a shopping center that me and my bestie will go to and have lunch every week, Fridays. We go to Fridays and have lunch. Shout out to the bartender there, Imani's, the boy, the truth. But I'm at that light, and I'm sitting there, and I'm not paying attention to the pole. I'm not paying attention to that I was going there to eat every week. I was just sitting there just thinking, like, listening to music, trying to just vibe. And it's a dude that be in and out that shopping center, and he sells oils, and he sells stuff, soaps and whatever. And he walks across my truck, and he walks past, and he stops. Then he turns around to me. I got my hand out the window, and he started talking. I turned the music down. He was like, "Bro, I just want to let you know everything will be good. God got a blessing for you." He was like, "Everything gonna be okay." And he's this stranger, bro. This stranger out there just hustling. That man talked life into me. I was good. Of course, I'm going through a journey, so there are ups and downs, but at this point when he was talking to me, I was good. I was in a good mental place. I'm vibing out to the music. And he talked life into me. We said blessings back to each other, and I gave him motivation, he gave me motivation, but that's sometimes that's what you need. you know, if I'm locked in with you, I'm gonna check on your mental every day. And he gave me that mental check that I hadn't had in a few weeks. So I appreciate that. That was health check, and I got him on my list, my good list. So one day I'm gonna bless him, but more than words. But like I said, I embarked on this journey, and this past week, I've been talking to people, and I want to express. I want to tell you guys some of the key points of things that people said to me. This is just about life in general, because like I said, there will come times where you may lose people. People may go on their whole different journey, may move away, or they may be in still your same area, same city, but y'all just not locked in no more. And my little brother said something. He said something to the fact that we were talking. He was like, we were talking about how you got social media, you got stuff like that where you see people all the time, but there are people. You got to think about it like this. There are people that you do school with, you may work with, and without social media, you wouldn't see them. And they can live on 2-3 lights over a whole nother neighborhood, and you might never run into them again. That's how life works. So if you lose someone, you're like, I don't want to see them. I've been in relationships, and it didn't work out, and I've never seen them again. I haven't seen them since, besides social media. You know what I'm saying? I found out that my dad, God rest his soul, he hasn't been a part of my life. I'm talking about my real dad. I found out when he passed that he literally lived, like 'll give it 8 minutes away from where I was at every single day. He lived 8 minutes from where I was damn near every single day. From my sister, from just my whole circle. He was 8 minutes away. Like, literally, the same shopping center is the same shopping center that he probably went to. But we didn't cross paths. We haven't crossed paths since 2002. And we lived around the same area. So that's how big the world is. That's how big the world is. So that was something I took out of this past week. And also I'm trying to figure out what to say and what to keep in. I don't know. I got so much stuff going on in my mind right now. I think I'll end with one last thing that was said to me. And this is from my big cuz. She's a straight G. Like there could be a movie about her and her kids. But I'll leave that on something she said. And also something my sister said something. My sister, I put a post up. It wasn't my thoughts. I just thought it was dope as shit. It said, bro, let me read it. I'll read it verbatim because I want to make sure I get this right. Like I said, I was just posting it. But it said, bro, have you ever watched someone go from loving you every day to acting like I never existed? Okay. It said, bro, I watched somebody go from loving me every day to... All right. I put up a post, and it said, and like I said, it's something I just found. Sometimes I find something I like it, I post it. Don't really think on it. It said, bro, I watched someone go from loving me every day to acting like I never existed. I didn't put no caption, nothing, just share that. And my baby sister, I love her so much. She said, it was never love in the first place. You watch someone be themselves and you didn't believe it. I love you, bro. I love you too, sis. So that takes me to what I said my cousin said as a ride. And she literally just texted me too, so. She said, cuz, where you been? I'm like, I've been here, you know what I'm saying? I just been you know what I'm saying? I just been, you know, I like men alone. I just been doing me, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, I need you to start coming back out. I need you to be around. We need to get back out there. And we just talk about the kids and the family and whatever. And she said, don't forget who you are, you him. You always been him. How I forget that, bro? How I forget that? Yeah. So while you going through your journey, bro, while you going through whatever you're going through, always remember, never forget, you are a monster. You are a beast. That's why I'm rocking this shirt today, beast. And you him. Don't let nobody play with you. And don't play with yourself. Don't play about yourself. Lock in, nigga. Lock in. This is when you gotta lock in. This is when you get tired. Barely slept at night. Already was walking earlier. And you gotta get in the gym. And I don't want to. But I'm going to.
You closer to where you're trying to get than where you started from. So you gotta keep going. And that's the point. If you stay down, you'll reach that point. You'll look up and be like, shit, it's closer to get to where I'm trying to get than to stop and turn around. So, you know, just stay at it. That's it. I'm in this bitch.
Lock in.